Bob
Right.
Chicarella has won USA's.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. I
Okay.
got it. I got you.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the mutant Nick Walker made sure that his return to the Pro Chat after so many years, that turns out to be a memorable one. For quite some time too, as it was a very different, very bold Nick Walker. Especially in comparison to what we normally see from him on his own podcast, on The Mutant and the Mount. And man, I have got to say Nick knew that this is gonna be taken up by the entire social media and all the bodybuilding media outlets. But he just did not hold back on Bob Chicarello.
Oh, Bob Chicarella saying you're not going to ever win Mr. Olympia.
Who the is Bob?
Feel like you love it.
It's just an analyst. Come on, you got to give him like he's just saying. He's just saying his opinion.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? And I'm all for constructive criticism. I don't give. But
Sure.
you want to play the game a little bit, like you're being you're okay. Now I'm gonna play it back, all fair and game.
Now his rage on Bob was imminent, and he has got a point that Bob was being very disrespectful towards him, calling him an H. And Nick Walker also fired back in that same tone and manner. So does that mean that Nick Walker is gonna also respond back to the head judge, Steve Weinberger, who also said that it is gonna be extremely hard for a guy like Nick Walker to ever win that Miss Olympia, especially now, because the judges are now looking for everything: the shape, the symmetry, the aesthetics, the mass, and most importantly, the conditioning too.
But watching it and the way he would say some things, it was a little disrespectful. So
Yeah.
that's cool if that's truly how you feel.
Yeah.
But an H shape has got me top 3 at the Olympia, an Arnold Classic win, and 2 New York Pros. So it is what it is.
Now this, I think, is gonna start a cascade of events, as Bob is also going to respond back to Nick Walker. And that is gonna get the fans all fired up for this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, which is happening in 10 weeks time. Now Nick Walker sees himself back in the top 3 at this year's Miss Olympia, which only means one thing: he's gonna have to beat one former Miss Olympia, or even maybe the reigning Miss Olympia Samson Dauda. Now it has been 2 years since Nick competed against Hadi Choopan and Derek, and the last time he competed against Samson Dauda, he actually lost, and that was back at the Arnold 2023.
All right, so at what I saw at the Olympia, and then what I see at the Arnold, if I am my true best, I'll be in the top 3 again.
And we can all agree that Samson has made some crazy amount of progress, some insane improvements since that time, especially to what we saw at this year's Arnold. Now has Nick's physique also progressed in that same manner as some of these other top guys, that the man is so confident that he can be top 3 at the Olympia again? Well, I'm gonna say not based on his last showing, which was the New York Pro, but he seems as confident as ever for this comeback. And maybe he's gonna shock us all in 10 weeks time, because I have said this so many times before, that Nick Walker is a very smart bodybuilder. So Hostile just dropped some Sherpa-lined zip-up hoodies and Force hooded jackets. So do check them out and use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have an update from Big Ramy. At this point, this is what we can call a physique update from Ramy, as it is highly unlikely that we're gonna get a proper update from him. But this still is very impressive size, although it isn't even close to what Big Ramy looked like during the prime of his career. And with no response on all those rumors regarding a possible comeback by Big Ramy one final time at the Olympia this year, I think we can all agree that those were just rumors. Although he's younger than both William Bonac and Brendan Carey, and both of whom are performing extremely well. They never stopped competing, and both these guys did extremely well at this past Arnold. And Big Ramy, on the other hand, he hasn't stepped foot on any bodybuilding stage since the Arnold 2023, and it has been 2 years already. So when Jake Cutler tried to make a comeback in 2013, after taking 1 year off, he lost a lot of density just in a 1 year gap. And Big Ramy has been one of the biggest guys in the history of Miss Olympia. Now a comeback only makes sense if he makes a lot of money. But the thing is, if we have to take bets, the 2023 Arnold Classic, where Big Ramy placed fourth behind Andrew Jacked, that is gonna mark the end of his combative career as an open bodybuilder. Because him losing to a smaller version of Andrew Jack, that was enough proof that the judges have moved on from his physique. With Detroit Pro being the next show on the calendar year, let's take a look at 3.5 weeks out physique update of Ronald Gordon, the guy who placed third at this same show last year. And interestingly, that was the only show that Ron did back in 2024. He got back to the drawing board right afterwards, because as a tall guy, he needed more size, more mass, more muscle. And that is why he took the whole last year off. Now this guy has top tier aesthetics in the men's open bodybuilding right now. He has those amazing arms, but that's the hardship of a tall bodybuilder. It takes forever to fill up that kind of frame, because I'm pretty sure Ron is gonna be exposed in the muscularity department by multiple of these short bodybuilders. Now his conditioning was absolutely spot on last year. And if I'm not mistaken, Abdullah from the O2 Gyms Kuwait, he's doing his nutrition and the supplements plan. And Chris Lewis, aka Psycho Fitness, he's helping him with his training. So the lineup at this year's Detroit Pro, that is gonna be a much deeper one compared to last year. And there is just no way Ron is gonna be in the running to win this show, with guys like William Bonac, James Hollingshead, and Carlos Thomas Jr. in the lineup, and possibly Good Vito as well. But it will be an interesting show to see how he compares with all these other top guys, and especially to himself from last year.
Much as like, seeing the guys that come out with those Bermuda shorts all the way down to the knees, and I have no idea why.
So the legends and the greats of bodybuilding, they are demanding a change in the men's physique division. And it started with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Champions Seminar, where he pointed out that the IFBB needs to make a big change, and those broad shorts, they need to go, and that too once and for all, as we would like to see the development of the legs as well, and not just the upper body in the men's physique division.
Why can we not just have them have regular posing trunks? Their thighs were good, right? The quadriceps was cut, their calves were good. I mean, not everyone, but I mean, it was good. So why hide it? I was just concerned that one day they come out and they say, okay, you guys have to wear pajamas when you go out there or something like that.
But Milos Arnold, on the other hand, the legend, he just took it to a whole different level on Cutler Cast, and him trying to mimic what these men's physique guys do on the stage. That is gonna be the most hilarious thing you guys are gonna see today. Even Jay Cutler was dying of laughter.
That's irritating. Like, okay, I'm here and I'm back there.
Things irritate me in life. Someone posts.
No, but seriously. So the hip
Do it again.
pose-
Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah,
Show
you
us.
have 1 minute, right? So you're gonna do the,
Yeah.
I'm in, and then like build up, like back in the face, and, back again. Okay, you just did that stupid pose. Why are you doing the same thing? No, I mean at least I say it. You guys all know that, but
So do you guys think that the IFBB needs to make a big change in the men's physique? Because if they do, some of these top tier Olympians, for instance Aaron Banks, the former Arnold champion and also a former Miss Olympia, he's gonna be totally screwed because he's just so wide shoulder to shoulder and his legs, they are just nowhere close to his upper body. Now on the other hand, a guy like Brandon Hendrickson, he would do great if all these changes are ever implemented, as he has always had those great legs. So the argument of people against this idea is that we already have different divisions, like the men's open, the 212, and classic physique, where they judge the entire physiques. So the men's physique, that should stay this way. So which school of thought do you guys belong to? Now there is another school of thought who says we do not care about the men's physique at all because they do not follow this division. But the way Ali Bilal, he showed up at this year's Arnold and he smashed that whole lineup. This is the time to start following, as we are possibly looking at a legend in making. So here we have a great picture of Akim Williams from this past Arnold prep from the weekend, just a couple of days out before the show. And it is safe to say that Akim was peeled. But why he was unable to make top 5? Did he get overlooked again? Or William Bonac was just bad than him? Now there were some rookie mistakes made by Akim on the stage that cost him a few places. We have all been saying this, that he has the best biceps right now in bodybuilding. In fact, his front double biceps, that is such a great pose for him because of his overwhelming mass, plus the small waistline and the overall aesthetics. So why he did not hold that pose for the judges, especially at the prejudging, because you wanna rush through the poses, which are your weaknesses, and not the ones, which are your strengths. You wanna hold those ones. That is a basic rule in bodybuilding. So it is kind of sad to see Akim make that kind of mistake, as he doesn't put as much effort in the posing and presentation as he should. Now Akim's conditioning was awesome at this show. Him and his coach Chris Aceto, they have now got it covered, and this was their 7th show together in just 1 year, and you cannot even pick a single one where Akim was off. So Akim placed 6th here, which is still a respectable placing, but some of us had him a bit higher at this year's Arnold. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.